Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to Entri channel. This is Ashama and here we're going to talk about the daily news events. So we'll be talking about a few news events over here in a descriptive format. For all of you who want to practice the questions as well, you can take an everyday quiz on Entri app. Right? So you can download the app from Google Play Store, select any language you want, even regional languages option is there. So you can take either the regional language or English as your language. And then you have everyday quiz that happens about 12 to 15 questions to help you keep in touch with current affairs. So that is an everyday quiz which will help you keep in touch. So you can download the app and there are other courses available as well. So there's a 7 days free trial going on the app. You can do the registration and get 7 days free trial on any of the courses you want. So do check out, and till then we'll be beginning on our segment. The first news event which we are going to discuss is Miyawaki method of afforestation. Now this is a Japanese method of afforestation. Okay, so it was developed in Japan. And this is basically a layered form of tree plantation that happens, so that every layer is there and there is a bit of density in the forestation that we are doing. So there is a shrub layer, then there is a sub-tree layer, then there is a tree layer and a canopy layer. That is the tallest of the trees. So this method helps in bringing out density in the forest and does not require, it's not necessary that we have a huge amount of area for it. Even small areas can follow this Miyawaki method of afforestation, and it is being used all over the world right now. So what is about it? First of all, it is also known as spotted seedling method. Why? Because when the plantation happens, they dig a very deep pit first of all, and in this pit they do layering. That is one of the other things why it is called the layered one, because they do the layering via after digging up the pit over here as well. Right, so they dig up the pit, then it is filled with a layer of compost, then natural waste like coconut shells, bagaces and whatever. Then we have a top layer with red soil. Now over here the plantation is done, which costs to about 20,000 rupees per 6 feet of area. Right, so it's 600 feet. So 20,000 rupees for 600 feet, and it gives kind of very good results. Right now, Punjab State Police is developing this method in Mansa unit of Punjab State Police. Before that, Bengaluru Hengara Lake had built this. Kerala Forest Department has adopted this method in government schools and offices and wastelands, and it has been quite successful over there. Method has been developed in Japan, and it is used in urban areas to increase the green cover, because this method can be implemented even at your backyard. So even kitchen gardens can be turned into mini forests using this method. Therefore, urban afforestation can be very easily done using this method. Right, and hardly it takes 20 to 30 years to develop it, and once it develops, it takes around which we can say that normally we take about 200 to 300 years to develop that forest. With this method, only 20 to 30 years are required, and it gives very successful, very positive results, right? Now, plantation over here is very close. So over here, we can expect a few questions from biology segment. That is, we can expect that which is the very denser way of, a better way of afforestation in urban areas. Whereas current affairs questions can be that which method is, so Miyawaki method has been developed in which state or in which country. Then what is the other name of Miyawaki method of plantation? Then we can have that in India, where is it being implemented? Right? Next, Vision 2035 Public Health Surveillance in India. Now, Vision 2035 is based on public health surveillance in India, and it has been released by Niti Aayog. Right, so there is a possible question that who has released this and what is this about. So when it is asked that who has released it, it has been released by Niti Aayog. And then what is the purpose of Vision 2035? That is, it wants to enhance the public healthcare system in India and public health surveillance in India. Right, now a white paper was released by Niti Aayog, as we say. So what exactly is a white paper we are talking about? Now, white paper is when any of the authoritative segment releases a guidelines, a set of report and guidelines and a kind of authority in it, that this is what we have seen is going on and this is what we want to do ahead. So with all that details, when a document is released, that is known as a white paper. Now it calls for integration of 3 tiers of healthcare system. Now there are 3 tiers of healthcare system in India: primary, secondary and tertiary. What this Vision 2035 wants is that all of these three should be integrated to Ayushman Bharat, right, for a better implementation. Along with that, they want to enhance the lab capacity and the referral network. So expansion of healthcare system is going to be done under Vision 2035 with the objective that first of all the 3 tiers should be integrated, second of all lab capacity should be increased, and third of all there should be better data sharing mechanism which involves using of analytics and health information, data science. Now with this new enhanced data sharing, they want that the privacy should be maintained, the confidentiality should be maintained, but the data sharing should be there. This is a method that they are developing or they are aiming to develop by 2035. Right. So talking about it now, there have been certain reports also which have been released. So according to it, zoonotic diseases are increasing by about 75%. So 75% zoonotic diseases are increasing. Mortality rate is 61% and disability rate is 55%. Right. These are the important things that have been released or important information that has been released under this. Right. Then we have Vigyan Yatra. Now, Vigyan Yatra has been started by Ministry of Science and Technology, right? Now, what is the purpose of it? It is to improve or promote the scientific temper. So, there have been mobile exhibitions that have been launched in approximately 30 locations in form of vans. So, in vans, mobile exhibitions were held and that was started in about 30 locations in India, all parts of India. Now, this Vigyan Yatra was a part of India International Science Festival. And this year, the theme of India International Science Festival was Science for Self-Reliant India and Global Welfare. Right now, Vigyan, we all know that since the Science Day, National Science Day was observed in February 28th, since then, Government of India's main aim has been to promote the science and technology subjects and promote the STEM subjects to be whole and bring in more women empowerment in that, right? So that is all that is going on. The whole year we have seen that there have been measures that have been taken to enhance this. Right now, as for this year, the celebrations were held or began in a virtual format. Therefore, the number of events will increase from 28 to 41 this year. Right. All right. Then we move ahead to digital voter ID card. Now, Government of India is bringing digital in the voter ID also. It is planning to. It is still just a plan for the upcoming elections in 2021. So we have assembly elections coming up in 2021. So there is an expectation that till then there will be a digital voter ID card. How is it going to work is that to prevent or you can say to maintain the confidentiality, they will have OTP based, you can say, ensuring that this is the same person whose voter ID is, and then later on this digital voter ID card is going to be available on your phones itself. Now this, what is the hard copy that we used to call, that is elector's photo identity card or EPIC, and that is going to be available in electronic form now on people's phones. And now it will help Election Commission to save costs on printing as well as in distribution of that. So when hard copies were there, we had to print them, then distribute them. So that is going to be saved, and on the contrary, it will be emailed or it can be it will be confirmed via OTP authentication. Right now, as of about the digital voter ID card, it will first of all remove the necessity that was there to show the voters a slip on the day of voting. So that slip will not be required anymore. Second of all, there are 2021 elections coming up, state assembly elections, that being of Assam, Kerala, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry. So over here we are expecting that this is going to be happening. Now, approval has not been given for it yet. Now, who are the authorities for the Election Commission of India? Who will give the authority? So, Election Commission of India authorities are three, that being Chief Election Commissioner and the two election commissioners. Now, who is the Chief Election Commissioner? That is Sunil Arora. Right? Then we have two election commissioners also. Who are the two election commissioners? Them being Rajiv Kumar and Sushil Chandra. These are the two election commissioners of India as of now, and the chief election commissioner is Sunil Arora. They are going to give the approval once the proper report has been seen and implementation has been seen as to making it foolproof. Then one-time voluntary disclosure scheme for exotic animals was proposed by the Allahabad High Court. That was that anyone who has a possession of exotic animals, be it via illegal acquiring or baby dead animals, whatever it is, if they possess or have acquired any exotic species, they should report it as soon as possible. This was by Allahabad High Court and 6 months time was given, that is from July to December. This has been upheld by Supreme Court that they will grant the immunity, or the people will get the immunity who have acquired it illegally or owned it without any documents. And this is going to be seen by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Right? Now, just as we had seen that zoonotic diseases spread has increased, that is about 71%, and as per the Niti Aayog Vision 2035. So, to reduce that, or to at least have a knowledge about what exotic animals are present in India and what zoonotic diseases spreading from them. So, to address that issue as well, this was very much required. As well as there is a compliance by cities, that is on regulation of exotic species import. So, that also needs to be in the knowledge of the government, otherwise the government faces certain repercussions. So, for that purpose also, this is very, very required one. Then we have Sherman Antitrust Act. Now this act is of United States of America, and under this a case has been registered on Facebook. Right, so case has been registered on Facebook, and this act is of United States of America. Why it has been registered and what is this act, we'll be looking over here. So first of all, who has filed the lawsuit? It has been filed by UCFTC, or Federal Trade Commission. It has been filed against Facebook, and this act is of 1890 of United States of America. Now, what is the purpose of the act? First of all, it aims to prevent the creation on monopolies in the industry, because that is a capitalist form of economy. Therefore, there is privatization over there. So, no private company comes up as a monopoly in the organization for any purpose, like in digital organization, Facebook has come in social media. So, no monopoly should be created through any of the contract, any of the conspiracy or any business practice. That means that no acquisition, or you can say overlooking or making more of, you can say, being a parent company of a lot of competitive organizations or competitive things is not allowed as per this act. Now, why against Facebook? Because Facebook acquired two of its very good competents, that were WhatsApp, which was at 19 billion US dollars, and Instagram at 1 billion US dollars. They had acquired both of them, and both of them were very potential, you can say, competitive organizations. And now it has made them similar. That is, that Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, nearly same features, all the features on all the apps. So there is no variety for the customers, and there is a lot of, you can say, monopoly because of the organization, that is Facebook, overlooking all the competitive organizations. Whatever the amount of payment was done, but it should not be done because of the competitive organization acquiring. So that is the purpose why on Facebook this lawsuit has been filed as of now. Then we have San Isidro movement that is going on in Cuba. This is basically a protest which is going on in Cuba. Now, Why are they carrying out this protest? Now, San Isidro is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, right? And it is Havana's poorest but most culturally active area of Havana. Havana, on the other hand, is the fourth largest metropolitan of Caribbean islands, right? So over here, there is a cap or censorship on artistic works. And over here we have a communist regime. So under the communist regime, artistic works are also under censorship. Now the people don't want, or they believe that art should not be under the censorship of the government of India, or so the government of the country. That is the purpose why they are organizing this protest. That is that the censorship should be removed. This decree 349 should be removed. This protest has been going on since 2018 when internet freedom was granted. Right. So internet freedom was granted initially, and under this, this is the only freedom that has been granted, first of all. So once this freedom was granted, people started coming together and spreading the awareness. And that's when we came to know about this movement, which arose in 2018 or bursted out in 2018. Then we have Project 17A Himgiri, which has recently been launched into the waters of Hooghly River. It's a Nilgiri class stealth frigate and has been launched by Garden Reach shipbuilders and engineers. There is a possibility of 3 ships that are going to be there. This is the first of Project 17A. Project 17A was launched by Government of India in 2015. Next, we have UNESCO Prize on Creative Economy. Now, this prize is going to be launched by UNESCO in the name of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who is also known as Father of Bangladesh. He was the first president of independent Bangladesh, and therefore is also known as Father of Bangladesh. He was assassinated. Now this award is going to be launched in 2021 in November. And as of now, there are only 23 UNESCO international awards which are after the name of any organization or any celebrity. If we talk about this award has amount of 50,000 US dollars, and it will be a biannual award that is going to be given every 2 years. But what is creative economy? Creative economy means it is not the conventional economy which requires land, labor and capital under the cap. It basically looks at creative methods that can be implemented in the economy. Right. So for that purpose, 50,000 US dollars every 2 years award is going to be released after the name of Bangabandhu Sheikh Majumdar Rahman. Now 2021, why has been that date set up? It is because 2021 has been declared as International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development by UNESCO. That is why 2021 has been selected for that award. Apart from that, Saksham offshore petrol vessel is being built in Goa shipyard. So first of all, where it is being built up? It is being built up in Goa. It is the first and last offshore petrol vessel that is going to be created and was launched on December 14, 2020. Right. Now with this, we'll be winding up the segment. Thank you so much. Do subscribe the channel for further updates.